All right, math. So Cadence, tomorrow we have a math test, so we will not have a math upload. Unless it gets done really fast, which I don't predict. So there will be no math tomorrow. So we are going to review, do some review, and then we'll work on a lesson in our book. So when we reduce a fraction, so let's say we have, and we're going to reduce by what do we do? Luke.
Can you do 2 divided by 2?
Which is?
1.
Yes. And do you do anything with the denominator? Yes, Luke, what do you do with the denominator?
2 divided by 4.
Which is? 2. So when you see this, it says reduce the fraction by 2. Or it may say reduce by 3. Or it may say 4. It doesn't matter. You're going to divide the numerator and the denominator by what is specified. Let's do another one. James.
Divide the numerator and denominator by 2.
Correct. So what would be our reduced fraction? What is 3 divided by 3?
1/3.
1/3. Correct. All right. Jonathan.
You divided by 4.
Yes. And what would the reduced fraction be from 12/16?
3/4.
Correct. Four divided by 12 is 3. 4 divided by 16 is 4. Very good. Any questions? So when you see reduce and then you see divide by whatever number you're given, you divide the numerator and the denominator. Now, what if it says, now this is a little trickier. Reduce these fractions to the lowest terms. Now you are not given a number to divide by. You have to do it to the lowest possible term that you can make it. So let me put, now the best place to start. So reduce to the lowest term. So the best place to start when you see this is look at the numerator, which in this case is a 5. Can 5 go into 15?
Yes.
Yes. How many times can 5 go into 15, Ella?
3.
Yes. So, once you figure that out, that is as low of a fraction as you can get. Let's try another one. So what you want to do is you want to find out what number goes into both the numerator and the denominator. And if the numerator goes into the denominator, That is the lowest term that can go to. All right, let me try another one. What would the lowest term of that be? Can 6 go into 30? M.
1/5.
That is correct. So 6 goes into 30 5 times. That is your lowest term. You can't go lower than that. Now does 4 go into 10? No. But what number divides into 4 and 10? 4 and 10. Owen? 2. So what would that be? What would be the reduced fraction? How many, Owen? So you said what? 2, correct? How many times does 2 go into 4? 2. And how many times does 2 go into 5? 2 times what is 10? 5. Correct. Can we reduce that anymore? Can 2 go into 5? Nope. So that is your reduced fraction. That is as low as it's going to go. So when the numerator does not go equally into the denominator, that is when you have to find out what does equally go into the numerator and the denominator. In this case, it is 2. But then what happens if this one could be, then you have to keep reducing it till it gets to the lowest term. Do another one. Do a lot of blank things. You get that?
Yes.
Okay. Ideally, the first step you're going to do is, does the numerator go into the denominator? If it does, that's the easiest term. If it does not, then you have to work with both the numerator and the denominator and find an equal number that goes into both. Let's see, let me get one. Does 4 go into 14? Yes or no? Everybody needs a star. I need you all to wake up. I know it's hot in here. It's miserable. Wish they would put the air on. So, I know it's hard, but we have to keep plugging along. So, does 4 go into 14?
No.
What goes into both? Helen? 2. How many times does 2 go into 4? 2. How many times does 2 go into 14?
7.
Yes. Now, does 2 go into 7? No. So this is your most reduced term. Now 2 goes into 6, and 2 goes into 8, but it does not go into 7. So therefore, this is your reduced term. Questions? Sam, whatever it is, you need to stop. Focus on what we're doing. Any questions? Clear as mud or clear as water?
Clear as water.
So you keep reducing. Ideally, if the numerator goes into the denominator, that is the ideal. To get to that numerator and denominator to the lowest number you can get it. All right. All right, when you see one of these, what are you going to do? When you see a problem such as this, a fraction and a what? What is this? Fraction or what? What is this called? Emma? Whole number. So when you see a fraction and a whole number, what is it that you have to do in this situation? Olivia?
You have to divide.
Divide what?
And with the denominator.
Very good. 10, so this is what you're going to do. 10 divided by 2 equals what? Olivia? 5. Very good. Do another one. Everyone star. What are we going to do here? Jonathan.
Divide 16 divided by 2.
Yeah, 16 divided by 2. And what is that, Jonathan?
8.
Very good. All right, so basically you're doing this and you're dividing it with this. And this is your answer. Got it? I think everyone's melting. Melting!
It's way too hot in here.
It is really, it's hot. It's very muggy outside and it makes for a very uncomfortable situation, I must say. All right, I'm going to put some terms on the whiteboard and have a marker ready if you would like to work on them. This is why we are working on our multiplication facts, because I can guarantee there will be multiplication on the test. When Sheen and M will start going down the lines. No, no. Actually, if you want to get out a sheet of paper or your whiteboards, because these are not in the book, I'm sorry, I'm so used to these being in the book. So, Sheen, what is your answer?
42,700
Can you say that again?
47.
Oh, they said 42. Okay. That is correct. And what is your answer?
52,241.
Good. So what you all can do is you can pick one of these and work on them on your whiteboard. If you can get both of them on your whiteboard, fantastic. Get your whiteboards out. Don't worry about it. Do you want just a piece of paper? Just go get a plain sheet of paper, a couple of sheets of paper, and before we proceed, I want to show something else before I forget. There was something I wanted to go over. We haven't done this in a while. What is this called? When you have a fraction with a whole number. James. Jonathan? A mixed number. Remember, a mixed number is a whole number with a fraction. Is A a mixed number or is B a mixed number? Toby, B is a mixed number. What is A? McKenna, a fraction. Fraction, whole number with a fraction is a mixed number. All right, let's work on some more facts. Now, if we are adding mixed numbers, let's work on a couple of those. How does that look? It looks intimidating, but is it? So make sure you're working on your whiteboards as well. What is the first thing you're going to look at when you are adding mixed numbers? What is the very, very, very first thing you need to do? Cole?
See if it's a common denominator.
Yes. And do we have common denominators throughout these mixed numbers? We do. So we don't have to do anything with that, do we? Can you all see it? So I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to make my little 10. And that does not, the denominator does not need to be looked at again. Oh, I forgot to do this. So what is the next step that I'm going to take? What do I need? We're adding, so what do I need to add? Emmy.
3 plus 3 plus 1.
So the numerators. Yes. What is 3 plus 3, Emmy? 6 plus 1.
7.
That's correct. Now what am I going to do? What is my next step that I'm going to do? Before you write, I just need an answer. What is the next step I'm going to do? Jeremiah.
Add the whole number.
Add the whole numbers. So you all can add the whole numbers. Oh, I'm not going to put the answer up until. Wow. Someone dying out there. Gabe, is your hand up? I can't tell. No. Christian. 30 is correct. 6 plus 1 is? 6 plus 1 is?
7.
Plus 3?
10.
Oh, I didn't, oh, see, Mrs. Reed didn't line up. See how easy it is to get mixed up, because I did not have this one lined up. Actually, there was, is there one? No. Oh, this was just a six. See, I need to be careful. I added it, but it wouldn't. So yes, 37 eighths. Now, can I reduce a 7 to 7 eighths? No. Does anything go equally into 7? It doesn't. So keep that in mind. That's a good little trick to remember. All right, good. So that's pretty, it looks a little intimidating, but if you have a common denominator, you just leave the denominator alone and you either add or subtract the numerator and the whole numbers. All right? Easy peasy. All right, have your, just want to make sure. Oh, it's hot in here. All right, so if we are working with a dollar sign, please, 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 please put the dollar sign in your what? Answer. If you have a remainder in your division problem, please, 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 just put the remainder up here in your answer. Otherwise, I have to mark off a point, a half a point, and that's so painful. So if you have a remainder, put it up into your answer. Okay? Don't assume I'm going to know that you are, don't assume that you are going to get the point if you don't have it in your answer. Your answer is your answer. Be complete. And please work on this as well on your whiteboards. You can do both of them, fabulous. If you can't, just do one. Do one of them at least. All right. This is multiplication as well. See, the heat is getting to my brain.
I was confused.
I know. All right, so Em and Caroline.
I just wanted to.
Okay, Caroline and Helen, thank you for your honesty. I am going to send an SOS to Mrs. Hackley and say, please put the air on. We are dying.
I have a question. Is this supposed to be a dollar sign?
Yes. You see a decimal point, that's yes. Air, please. We need air. All right. So what is your answer, Caroline? Very good. And what is yours, Helen?
$430 and 64 cents.
That is not quite right. So, the 64 cents is correct. The only thing you need to check, let me finish. Don't start doing something when I'm in the middle of a conversation. I was going to say, to make it simple, is it's not 43, it's something else. Your 0 is correct. So look at 9, what is 9 times 8?
32. 32.
All right. So, but you have to go through and make sure that everything has been carried correctly. want to come up and help her? And she. I don't want to just, I want you to try. I like to have people help each other. So when she, where is she going wrong? First of all, do you know what the correct answer is?
I'm still working on it, but I can email it to you.
Okay. Here, how about if you both work on the same one? Helen, you keep working. I want you to try to figure this out yourself. I don't want to give you the answer. I'll make sure I'm writing the right one. It's just a actually you said did you have 9? Go ahead. Bless you. Yes, there you go. That's correct. So when so Helen, look at her sequence. Look at her sequence on the board. And try to problem solve where you went wrong. So when she just stay there. So Helen, look at that and at hers, and then problem solve. It's fine. So where did you go wrong? You just Helen, you're not looking at when she did. That would be helpful to you so you can visually see it. So let's start. What is this? You have 9 times 8 is what? Okay. Then you have to add 1 to it. Look at this and try to problem solve. This is where you are getting hung up right here. You got the 72 is correct. Then where do we need to go from there? What is 9 times 4? What is it? So then we have to add the 8 to that, right? So what is 36 plus 8? There you go. There you go. So that is, you need to, just calm down. That's how we learn. That's what learning is all about. If we get everything right, we're not learning. So this is all learning. Okay, sweetheart, so I don't want you to feel bad. This is all learning. And I only did this because I wanted you to visualize, see where you go wrong, because I like to visualize things. For me, it's easier if I can see something. And so you could see exactly where it was. You were getting this wrong. You had this, so that equated into the 44. Okay? Do you see what you were on stuck on? That's the most important thing out of all of this. Just want to make sure you see it. You sure? Sweetheart, come here. It's okay. That's how I learn, sweetheart. Okay, take a breath. Take a deep breath. All right. Now, friends, this is how we learn, is by looking at things, studying things, visualizing things. That's how we learn. Was I trying to put Helen and make her feel bad? No, I wanted her to see. I didn't want to give her the answer. I wanted her to visualize it. And sometimes I think it's better if you all do it yourselves instead of me stepping in and doing everything for you. I like the tag team where you're helping each other. Okay, so when Sheen, that is awesome, Helen is awesome, you both had tag team to get the right answer, and that's all good. Okay, I could sit up here and give you all the answers, but then I don't think you're going to learn as well. Olivia, yes, go ahead. All right, I think everyone is hot. Let's do some long division, and then we're going to call it quits. We're just going to do, so I will have, all right, who is going to tackle? Boy and Luke.
You're literally gonna tackle.
Don't tackle it. Figuratively. You can use one of the colored ones. Here, let's just throw that one away. Very nice. What is your answer, Luke?
504.
That is correct. Nice. Boy, what is your answer?
927.
Okay, keep that marker up there, buddy. Very good. We're all going to go in a second, okay? We're going to call it quits, and we're going to bow down to the human God and say, enough, we surrender. We're going to wave our white flag. We're done anyway. Yeah, waving my white flag.
Miss Reed.
And pray. Let's all pray we get the heat air conditioning soon. In fact, let's just pray. Let's pray. Everyone sit down, please. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this morning. Help us to keep our strength and our focus on this hot day. I pray for understanding and wisdom. I pray that we will be comforted when we are sad. Learning is all about tackling new facts. So I pray that you will comfort and give wisdom and encouragement. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for these beautiful children. And I feel such a blessing and honor to be their teacher. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. This is what I want you to do. Let's start cleaning our desks again. I don't know. Well, it's only 2 minutes early, so someone will be in here soon. All right, so I am going to all give you all cleaning cloth. You can start, and when we get somebody in here, they can finish. But this is make sure you scrub those desks. They're filthy. No, when you're done, just stay seated. I can't let you go until someone else is in here anyway.
is where you eat. Just putting this is what? Jackie, don't get the corner next. Just this area. This is where you eat. What? This is my name. Here, fold it up like this. Fold it up twice. Follow my instructions. Fold it up twice like this. And then fold it up. And then do this. And then do this. And then fold it up. And then that's it.
Alright,
Then you can wash it.
I did not tell you to stand. I asked you to clean and then sit back down. You may line up quietly. And you may walk down to the bathrooms to start washing your hands.